Welcome to angles of elevation and depression. So what is angle of elevation? It is the angle formed between the horizontal line of sight and the line of sight to an object that is higher than the observer. So for example, here we have a sailor looking at the top of a mast. So here's your horizontal line of sight, and this is his line of sight looking up to the top. So the angle in between these two lines would be the angle of elevation. This is always formed when you're looking up at an object. Whereas the angle of depression is the angle formed between a horizontal line of sight and the line of sight to an object that is lower than the observer. So for example, here we have a sailor, but this time he's looking at a fish down below him, down in the water. So you draw your horizontal line and a line of sight to the fish, and there's your 90. So this angle here would be your angle of depression. So this is always formed when you're looking down at an object. So let's look at example 1. It says 2 trees are 4.5 meters apart. The taller tree is 8 meters high. The angle of depression from the top of the taller tree to the top of the shorter tree is 23 degrees. Sketch a diagram to represent the situation. Okay, so I'll say here's my taller tree, and here is my shorter tree. So the angle of depression, so that's formed when I draw a horizontal line and the line of sight down. So this angle of depression is 23 degrees. Tells us the 2 trees are 4.5 meters apart, so that's this distance here. And it also tells us that the taller tree is 8 meters tall. So that's all the information we're given. We don't need to solve for anything here. The type of question you could potentially get is, say, determine the height of the shorter tree. And in that case, you would have to find, say, this distance here, and then subtract that from 8. And then you would be able to find the height of the shorter tree. But we don't need to work that out. We're just practicing sketching a diagram. So let's sketch the diagram for example 2 now. It says Jasper, who is 4 feet tall, spots a plane in the sky. The angle of elevation from Jasper's line of sight to the plane is 27 degrees. The horizontal distance between Jasper and the plane is 26,560 feet. Sketch a diagram. Okay, so let's say that this is Jasper here on the ground, and this is the plane in the sky. So Jasper is looking up at the plane, and we'd have to draw a horizontal line as well. So here would be our right triangle. So this angle is 27 degrees. The horizontal distance between Jasper and the plane is 26,560 feet, so that will go there. And we also know that Jasper is 4 feet tall. So again, there's nothing to work out here. The type of question you could get is, say, determine the height of the plane. So in order to do that, you would say determine x first, and then you'd have to add on the 4 feet at which Jasper is looking up at the plane.